the inauguration day of the batch 2022-24 of postgraduate program at Institute of Health Management Research, Bangalore. Education is the procedure of learning where knowledge, skills, and habits move from one generation to other. We roll down a red carpet to welcome all the dignitaries, invitees, parents, and students.
It's an honor to welcome this beautiful audience that have gathered here. This day is organized to make you feel special in a new environment. It is with hopes and aspirations, dreams and ambitions that you all are on this campus this afternoon. I, Pallavi, and my co-host, Dr. Utkarsha, once again welcome you all on behalf of the whole IIHMR family on this special day. Before we start our today's program, we have a small request. With the existing pandemic, please observe COVID-appropriate behavior during the entire program in the premises. Please wear your mask and sanitize your hands properly.
On this note, let's begin the day with the blessings of Almighty. I would like to request all the dignitaries, Chief Guest, Division Head of Service Provider Engagement, National Health Authority, Government of India, Dr. Jeetu Lal Meena, Guest of Honor, Founder of Vikram Hospital, Dr. Vikram S. Bhaskar, Professor and Director, IIHMR Bangalore, Dr. Usha Manjunath, Associate Professor and Associate Dean Academics, Dr. Kirti Uday, Associate Professor and Associate Dean Training, Mr. Piyush Kumar, and Associate Professor and Associate Dean Research and Publication, Dr. Sarla R., to come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony.
शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावासं स्मरे नित्यम् आयुर्कामार्थसिद्धये आयुर्कामार्थसिद्धये प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं कृष्णपिङ्गाक्षम् गजवक्त्रं चतुर्थकम् आयुर्कामार्थसिद्धये लम्बोदरं पञ्चमं च षष्ठं विकटमेव च सप्तमं विघ्नराजं च धूम्रवर्णं तथाष्टमम् आयुर्कामार्थसिद्धये आयुर्कामार्थसिद्धये नवमं बालचन्द्रं च दशमं
Thank you all the respected dignitaries. Thank you everyone. Thank you sir.
सप्तमं विघ्नराजं च
Now, I would request Professor and Director, IIHMR Bangalore, Dr. Usha Manjunath, to present token of gratitude to our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. Jeetu Lal Meena. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Now I would request Associate Professor and Associate Dean Academics, Dr. Kirti Uday, to present the token of respect to our Honorable Guest of Honor, Dr. Vikram S. Bhaskar. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Now I would request Associate Professor and Associate Dean Training, Mr. Piyush Kumar, to present token of gratitude to Professor and Director, IIHMR Bangalore, Dr. Usha Manjunath. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Moving forward, I would now request Associate Professor and Associate Dean Academics, IIHMR Bangalore, Dr. Kirti Uday, to welcome the gathering. She has completed her doctorate in management and postgraduate in hospital and health management, and having more than 17 years of experience in healthcare industry and academics. She has also worked with Key organizations like Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital, Max Healthcare, Fortis Healthcare. Before joining IIHMR, she had also worked with Fortis Healthcare as Head of Marketing. I take this opportunity to invite you, ma'am, on the dais to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Pallavi and Utkarsha. Good afternoon, all. Feeling excited? Nervous? Yes, no, or no feelings? Okay, so the hallmark of successful people is that they are always stretching themselves to learn new things. Once again, very good afternoon to one and all present here. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today and welcome to the amazing gathering. It's my esteemed privilege to welcome respected guests and dignitaries, students, parents, and faculty to the inaugural ceremony of Postgraduate Diploma in Management, Batch 22-24 of IIHMR Bangalore. It is a great honor for me to pronounce that today we are joined by Dr. J.L. Meena sir, Division Head and Joint Director, National Health Authority, Government of India. We are grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and honoring as the chief guest for today's event. I would like to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Vikram S. Bhaskar, founder, Vikram Hospital. Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence today to bless this occasion. Today's event would be much incomplete without the blessing of our mentor, Dr. Venkatesh. Thank you, sir. We are deeply honored to welcome you on this occasion to shower us with your blessings. I would like to take the privilege to welcome Professor and Director of IIHMR Bangalore, Dr. Usha Manjunath, a source of inspiration, empowerment, and encouragement for all of us. Welcome, ma'am. I would like to congratulate batch of 2022 on this exciting day. You are arriving here to IIHMR Bangalore for what is sure to be a transformative and life-changing new chapter in your life. You now are ready to begin, to turn the page, to start fresh, to redefine yourself, your life, to discover new passions, new friends, and in doing so, you will create something very new. That is a new identity for you as a part of vibrant, multicultural learning member of IIHMR family. We would also like to share that IIHMR Bangalore curriculum, which you will hear more about soon from a panel of professors, is one of the most thoughtful, interdisciplinary, and rigorous as any in the world. We highly focus on outcome-based education and ensure maximum industry exposure and practical learning for our students. Lastly, I would like to insist that a little progress each day adds up to the big result. I will repeat again, little progress each day adds up to the big result. Invest your time in exploring the horizon of the healthcare industry and upskill yourself to be the effective leaders of tomorrow. I wish each one of you all the best for your 2 years journey, upcoming journey at IIHMR Bangalore. And we assure all the dear parents that your children have taken a first step towards countless success and growth in the healthcare industry. We look forward for your continuous support and encouragement. Once again, welcome you all. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for welcoming the dignitaries and the gathering. To run an institute of this magnitude, we need dynamic leadership. Our institution is headed by an energetic and passionate leader, Professor and Director of IIHMR Bangalore, Dr. Usha Manjunath. She is a dynamic leader with interest in behavioral science, management, and entrepreneurship. With over 22 years of experience as management faculty, ma'am has a unique experience in allied health and disability communication, entrepreneurship, general health system management, research, and academic. Besides publishing articles in national and international journals, she has also published a book on total quality services in healthcare in 2012 and was also awarded Bharat Ratna Indira Gandhi Gold Medal Award. We are proud to be a part of the entity led by Dr. Usha Manjunath and take pride in its progress. I take extreme pleasure in welcoming you, ma'am. Ma'am, I invite you on the dais and request you to address the gathering.
Yeah. Ellarigu namaskara. So that is the greeting from Karnataka. A very good afternoon to everyone. It's my proud privilege to have the dignitaries to inaugurate the PGDM Hospital and Health Management batch 2022-24. So big round of applause for everyone. Dr. Jeetulal Meena ji, our chief guest. Dr. Vikram ji, our guest of honor. Dr. Uma Nambiar, who has joined online, our governing board member. Dr. S.D. Gupta, he is not able to join due to certain reasons. And other dignitaries who have joined online. Welcome and my namaskara to everyone. To the new batch, a very hearty welcome. And first of all, it's my proud privilege to congratulate each one of you and welcome to the IIHMR family. We're very happy and feel privileged to onboard you to this flagship program. Healthcare is in the cusp of major growth and digitization. You're entering the field at a very exciting stage. You bring your passion, curiosity, and hard work, and we promise you the best teaching learning environment. Together, let's ride this wave of high growth and innovation to ensure that quality of healthcare reaches every corner of our nation and beyond. Professionalism is at the core of everything we do, yet empathy and compassion are not old-fashioned. And I think we have to remind ourselves of that more and more as the sector grows, as we become more and more, commercialized maybe, and so on. And I congratulate the parents, the spouses, and family members too. It's very interesting to note sometimes if I had classes on Saturdays, we would have their small kids come into and stay with the class because we understand that this is an adult education and, very important that, we somehow accommodate lots of things that we really need to do. It's a great honor for everyone involved in that our family member is in higher education. I'm sure each one of you are very proud, sending your ward, child, or, spouse for this program. And I'm sure you are putting up, your sacrifices are going to be there for the next 2 years. And we really understand that our students now will be able to really achieve and move ahead. Each one of you is privileged. Now you have dreams and sparks in your eyes, expecting to make it big for yourself and improve the healthcare accessibility. Make it more affordable for all Indians. Your hostel and corridor talks will be these, about your dreams, about what you want to do. Like we also dreamed when we were students. And we understand that, and it's very important that this is the greatest thing for each one of us as you interact with people, as you really move ahead and do that. And I'm sure the basics and others you have all talked about and so much looking forward to. Dr. Kirti already talked about how rigorous the program is going to be, and she said each minute, each whatever that you do is going to be very important. So as you all understand, we're going to start with our induction and orientation. where we are going to kind of, bring you on board at par with, what our expectations are, and how do you really prepare for your next 2 years for really working hard. Of course, there will be coursework and terms, and those who are from healthcare have an advantage because they may know something about healthcare, people who are from, certain aspects of medical background. But then those not from healthcare also have an advantage because they don't come with set ideas. They probably bring their new ideas to say like how healthcare can be good because of their experience, maybe in a hospital, family members' experience, but they are not thinking like doctors and medical providers and nurses, but they are going to think different, and that's what is very important. Same thing for those of you who have come with experience. You will bring your experience, you will bring your interesting anecdotes, and you want to have certain experience and probably improve that. But the freshers have new ideas. So I think it's a very great idea that we have this batch from across India, from across different backgrounds, and of course from with experience and freshers. So at the end of first year, you will be going for summer training program for 2 months. You'll be choosing your specialization. And again, going back to everything that you do, you probably have to make these decisions a lot more differently on your own. So there will be a lot of guidance. There'll be a lot of opportunities for you to really explore. And for those of you who are, from, non-medical background, so to say, do not worry. There are a lot of field work available. There are a lot of, coursework available for you to really catch up. And with your own friends and others' interactions, you will be able to do it very well. At this stage, I would also like to say and inform the dignitaries as well as the people gathered here that we also on a regular basis have students from in-service candidates from the Army too. So, we learn about, the SOPs, what happens in the Army, and they kind of support in certain ways, and we learn a lot, especially the discipline part. And I think, that's a great contribution that, that happens from the in-service candidates who come and study with all of you. And at the end of the first year, after the 2-month summer training, you come back having chosen your specialization course. The most awaited, work that you do during this term is do your specialization courses. But I'm sure most of you would have had this on placement, right? Yes, we do provide excellent support for placement. We do kind of have programs for expectations from the industry. We have a lot of industry interactions. We also train you throughout. And then once your sessions as well as your placements are over, the last 4 months again is your dissertation. So that's going to happen in your placed organization. You already almost start earning by then. So typically you're going to be in classes and doing your fieldwork assignments, all practical aspects and so on and so forth for 18 months, but you would be in the industry for the 6 months spread across. In addition, we also have a number of co-curricular activities, maybe conferences, seminars, people last year have presented papers. People have also, done special assignments and internships. Some of the students during the COVID period when we had, a lot of that had to go online. And some of a large number of students, like 24 students, supported FANA. FANA is the Private Hospital Association and Nursing Home Association of Karnataka. So when they were doing bed allotment and others digitally, our students helped that. Addition, there was another part on, COVID Kosha, where they were supporting, through the mentorship of our faculty. So rest assured, you will have n number of things, opportunities to learn, to do various assignments and projects outside of your curricular part. Now we also have with the CAHO, we are also sponsoring 2 students to study in a university in the USA. That is for online program. 2 of them are going to do data analytics program and project management with them. So we kind of find newer
opportunities. Also, there are across the colleges, across various institutions, there are some competitions that come by, and so we prepare and send all of you also. So then, of course, the extracurricular activities, be it sports, be it your music, drama, celebrating a lot of other health days, the festivals, there are a number of competitions. And so you will have an exciting student life. So just to kind of end, create those happy memories, learn well. And here are loads and loads of good wishes for each one of you from all of us, faculty, staff, or guest faculty, and a number of people associated with us for a new beginning. This is the beginning. Again, I will say the same thing at convocation, because that will be another new beginning that you will have. And at this time, I will just take a short this one to share some of the best wishes sent across from our governing board members and many of the people. Dr. S.D. Gupta, sir, our trustee secretary, sends his best wishes to each one of you, and special wishes to parents too. He always recognizes that that's a very important part of the student life, and that's the way we Indians have. And then Dr. Nagendra Swamy, founder, chairman of MediSync Health Management Services. He is our governing board chairman. So thank you to him. Dr. Vivek Talaulikar, CEO, Gleneagles Global Hospital, Mumbai. He is our governing board member. So he has sent his best wishes. Mr. Siddharth Bhattacharya, Secretary General, Nat Health, Healthcare Federation of India. He has also sent his best wishes. Dr. Shruti Malhotra, Tata Medical and Diagnostics head. She has sent her best wishes too. Dr. Uma Nambiar is very special to us. She is the managing director of Zeden Life Sciences Private Limited, and she is also the governing member, and she is on our advisory board, and she is helping us also with a lot of digital aspects, and she has sent her best wishes. As we move ahead and adapt ourselves to the digital health, we have a special plans for an organization, and we call that as ADMIRE, advancing medical innovations, digital health innovations, research and education. And we are guided by Professor Shedagopan sir, who is the former director of IIITB, and technology person, probably the whole world who know about him. He is on every national and international, and as well as state level knowledge management and IT committees and so on. So he is guiding us to really move ahead on the digital health. Along with that, we have a very special person who's unable to be here with us to share his energy, Dr. Kedar sir. He is a former IAS and former DG ESI hospitals. So his energy, as well as his enormous experience as an administrator, brings us special things to really learn and move ahead. I always say, if we can match the steps with Dr. Shedagopan sir and Dr. Kedar sir, the speed with which they move, I think we are on the right track. So with these words, once again, I welcome and I congratulate each one of you, and I thank the dignitaries to be here and really doing us the honors. And I'm very happy that Dr. Venkatesh Srinivasan has joined us. He is former from a member of UNFPA, and he is going to relocate, and probably he has already relocated, and we are very fortunate. He has been associated with IIHMR for very long, from Jaipur. So we are hoping to kind of take his advice and wisdom, and take research and various other training projects ahead. So I'm very happy to welcome him, and really happy to kind of see that he could spare his time and join us. And he's going to be here more often in Bangalore. And so thank you. And once again, thank you to each one of you, Dr. Jitulal Meenaji, Dr. Vikram, and to be here and spending this time, and your words and encouragement and kind of preview to the sector what is expected will really help our students to kind of, start that first step at IIHMR. Welcome to each one of you. Congratulations once again. And we're very happy you've joined us. 2 years back, it was like COVID batch. 2020 batch called themselves, we are the COVID batch, ma'am. All right, they keep telling us that. All right, so all of them have done very well and we have adopted well. They have, taken up very good jobs. Our placements, in fact, went very good during that time too. So we are very happy, looking forward to, and all the things that you see, the little inconveniences that you probably are facing due to the construction shows that, yes, it is inconvenience, but we are going to be bigger, better infrastructure and have a lot more to kind of train you in the next 2 years. So thank you all and have a wonderful life. And, like I said, I keep saying, make those happy memories, interact with, from across the people from India, because I think that's one of the greatest gifts that we have, that you're all from so many parts of India. So I say we have a mini India here. And so, the rest of the afternoon, you will be probably kind of looking at, who's who of the institute and listen to good words and best wishes from the dignitaries here. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's always a delight to listen to you. Now I would like to invite our chief guest for the event, Dr. Jeetulal Meena. Dr. Jeetulal Meena is currently the Division Head of Service Provider Engagement at National Health Authority under Government of India. He has completed his MBBS from JLN Medical College, Ajmer, and has also pursued MBA in Hospital Administration and post-graduation in Quality Management. He has started his career as a District Quality Assurance Officer under Government of Gujarat in 2003 and promoted as State Quality Assurance Officer in 2006. He further moved to serve as the Deputy General Manager, Hospital Networking and Quality Assurance under National Health Authority, after which he provided his services as the General Manager in the year 2018 and in 2020. In 2020, he was provided the responsibility of being the Joint Director at NHA. He has the honor of receiving SECI Healthcare Excellence Award in the year 2013 and 2014, High Achievement Award at Armed Forces Medical College, Pune in 2016, and Young Quality Achiever Award in 2017. We welcome you, sir, and request you to please join us on stage to enlighten us with your expertise.
Good morning to all. Sorry, good afternoon to all. First of all, I heartily congratulations to all of you for select as a IIHMR. Because when I listen the name of the hospital management or health management, the first name is IIHMR. If I say my journey is not a easy task. My first posting in one of the PSC, when I go first time in OPD, my first OPD run in half of water. When I go to sleep my quarters, whole night I wait. And if you see this PSC, previously the 4 doctors suspended from this PSC. And where my first posting is there, it's very unethical, uncleanliness, everything is there. The border of the MP, Rajasthan and Gujarat. And when my father know that you are in this PSC, he say, ठीक है, मैं एक फोन कर देता हूँ, आपका ट्रांसफर हो जाएगा. Because he is the chief of railway engineering. मैंने कि आपका काम था डॉक्टर बनाना, now you forget. Then I start my journey from PSC, and this PSC within 2 hours it's come in the Times of India's front page. One of the best PSC in India. And during that times, within 2 hours, I am the first person which select as a district quality assurance officer in India, where the Venkatesh UNICEF project is there, IPD project. And I am only the persons where the first district quality assurance officer is selected in India, in the Dahod. But then I start the quality. But the IPD project is converted to the RCH project, and that's why the quality is gone. Because when you implement the qualities, the transparency is coming. And in 2000, nobody want to transparency. And that's why they close the quality. And this is the fact reality. Again, I go to the one of the PSC after the district quality assurance post is abolished. And I select one of the worst PSC in Dahod. And within 3 months, this PSC is again first PSC in district. And then I give one presentation in front of the Secretary of India. Then the question of the Secretary of Government of India is first question, Dr. Meena, we close the quality. Why you continue this quality? मैंने कहा sir, if you thinking that this quality is benefit for the Dr. Meena, you will close again. But if you thinking this is benefit for the public, then you will decide. And that time, Dr. Amarjit Singh is also there. Venkatesh sir is already know. Dr. Amarjit Singh just shocking that he is the Dr. Meena. Dr. Amarjit Singh, Dr. Meena, you are transferred at the state level. On the same time, because at that time, the CM is Modi. And Modi sir, when know that in the Limdi, which is very tribal area, and PSC is coming the Times of India's front page, then something is there. And within 3 years, I am the first person which selected as a state quality assurance officer. I think you know in the government job, at the state level, you are more than 50 years. But I am the first person that state quality assurance officer. And then we start, especially in the RCH quality standards and other things. But then my first presentation in the international conference in Delhi, where the Max and Apollo was presented and go for the NABH accreditation. And my presentation is the last presentation. When I complete my presentation, I just tell that I am coming in the next international conference with the accreditation of the public hospitals. Then whole media is shocking. Dr. Meena, you are speaking in international conference. मैंने कि ऐसा क्या हो गया भाई, क्या गलती कर दी मैंने? बोला, you are saying that public hospital is going for NABH, where the Apollo and Max say that NABH accreditation. मैंने कहा कब के लिए बोला कि नेक्स्ट कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए. मैंने कहा यू आस्क द क्वेश्चन इन द नेक्स्ट कॉन्फ्रेंस. और यू डोंट बिलीव, इन द नेक्स्ट कॉन्फ्रेंस माय 7 district hospital are NABH accredited, and which is the history in India, where the first PSC NABH accredited from Gujarat, first CSC NABH Gujarat, first district hospital Gujarat, first blood bank Gujarat, first medical college Gujarat, first NABH laboratory Gujarat, or one of the mental hospital is again the first NABH accredited hospital from Gujarat. And this creates the history. And particular for this history, I think I never forget those person from the IIHMR Jaipur, because my team is really very enthusiastic. When I go to IIHMR Jaipur and select the person, and they are doing day and night work, it's really amazing. And that's create the history. And after the district quality assurance officer, I think after 15 years, the NABH standard is also prepared. Then Swachh Bharat Mission, Kaya Kalp, PENQUAS standards. And in 2018, because Modi sir is go for the government of India and want to take me as in the Ayushman Bharat. So it's not an easy task from PSC to PMJ. It's not easy task. And that's why I always say, when we say for the quality, I always say that I am not an expert. And it's a very simple definition of the quality is जो आपको चाहिए वो दूसरों को दो. That means quality, nothing more than this. Because you know better than me. If you are the patient, what is your expectation? And that's why I always say कि जो आपको चाहिए वो दूसरों को दो. That means quality. And quality is always coming from your heart. किसी के प्रेशर से क्वालिटी नहीं आती. It's coming from your heart, because in the health, one error can cause morbidity and mortality. और एक बार अगर कोई गलती से गया तो उसे वापस नहीं ला सकते. That's why health need 100% quality. And कभी कभी एक आदमी के जाने से पूरा फैमिली भी खत्म हो जाता है. This is the true reality. One of the history in Kutch, when I say that only one man goes, all family is gone. And that's why quality is coming from your heart. कहते हैं कि जिंदगी में दो दिल अच्छे मिलते हैं तो पूरी जिंदगी अच्छी चलती है. फिर क्वालिटी से दिल लगाने की जरूरत है बस. And the self assessment is the best assessment for improvement. एक सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. जब मैं ये पूछूं कि भाई आप में कमियां क्या हैं, तो लिस्ट बड़ी कमी होगी. लेकिन जब पूछूं कि पड़ोस वाले की कमियां बताओ तो and that's why I always say the self assessment is the best assessment, because you know your strength, you know your threat, you know your weakness, you know your opportunity. And that's why I always, when I working as a PSC, as a district quality assurance officer, or as a state quality assurance officer, or now in the PMJ, I always focus on the self assessment. Because self assessment is only that you realize the strength, weakness, and opportunity, and then you improve the quality. And I always say that quality is that teamwork. If surgeon do best surgery but housekeeping is not proper, you can't prevent the infection. If nursing is not proper, you can't cure. If pharmacist is not proper, you can't cure. And that's why I always say that it's a teamwork. And related to the health management, in not only in the public sectors, also in the hospital management, I think it's really a big achievement after the IIHMR is coming. Because during the MBBS curriculums, the management part is very less or nil. I say nil. The clinical side is okay, but the management part is very less. But after this IIHMR's trainings, or especially the course of the PGDHM, I think the management is there. And in this management, number of opportunities in the hospital is there. Number of opportunity in the national programs is also there. It may be immunization, it may be family planning, it may be IIHMR Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Everywhere the opportunity is much more. But the only thinking that how you take this opportunity. Because when I see in the previous batches and now recent in the new batches, one thing is just difficult. नए एकदम भागने की कोशिश करते हैं. वो भागना थोड़ा सा स्लो करो, अपने आप आपको दौड़ में शामिल हो जाओगे. क्योंकि when I working in the PSC, I never thinking that one time I am going in the PMJ in the Delhi, and it's never happened. Because if you are working as a state health government of the state, you never come in the central government except the IS, IPS and IFS. But I am the first person where from state government to central government is coming. And now within few days, I think it may be much more post by the PM, sir. They already signed one post, but I don't know which post I gave. But PMs is already signed. So this is not happened, but you continuously working. Your self-assessment is much better. Your confidential is much better. And simple definition, जो आपको चाहिए वो दूसरों को दो. That means quality, nothing more than this. Alright? So I really congratulate. I thanks to all IIHMR teams to invite me as a chief guest. I really privileges. I have very less time because during this year, very hectic schedule. One CAG report is also coming. I am the responsible of the CAG audit report. But continuously, when I promise that I am coming, so yes, I am coming, and I am very happy to see all the parents, new students, faculties, and dignitaries. So congratulations and best of luck and best wishes for future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable knowledge with us today. Utkarsha, don't you think it's a lovely weather today?
Oh, Pallavi, don't tell me. I'm in love with Bangalore's weather.
So come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate this special day by a special dance performance by our superstar performer, Dr. Nitya, who knows how to brighten the whole stage by her close-up smile.
ओ हमदम बिन तेरे क्या जीना दम दम दर मस्त मस्त दर दम दर मस्त मस्त दर दम दम ओ हमदम बिन तेरे क्या जीना
तेरे बिना बेसुआदी रतियां ओ सजना तेरे बिना बेसुआदी रतियां ओ सजना हो रुखी रे वो रुखी रे कांटू रे काटे कटे ना
दम दर मस्त मस्त दर दम दर मस्त मस्त दर दम दम ओ हमदम बिन तेरे क्या जीना
तेरे बिना चांद का सोना खोटा रे पीली पीली धूल उड़ावे झूठा रे
तेरे बिना सोना पीतल तेरे संग की कर पीपल आजा कटे ना रतिया
Let's give a big round of applause for Nitya.
Now I would like to invite our honorable chief guest for the evening, founder of Vikram Hospital, Dr. Vikram S. Bhaskar. Please welcome. Sir.
open in how you develop yourselves and respect the others and carry yourself along with each other. There's only that much a book can teach you. Most of it is learned on the ground at the hospitals. The important thing is that you should end up creating an environment in the hospital where the end user, that is the patients, they get the same treatment which you would want, not just for yourself or what you would want for the next of your kin, whether it's for your mother, your father, your child, your spouse, your brother and sister. How they should be treated is the way every single patient should go through, and it should go through in a systematic, automatic process. So for that, intrinsic knowledge is important of healthcare. We have the common adage which we say, the tail should not wag the dog. And here the dog is nothing but the doctors and nurses and the healthcare providers. As admins go, you should not go with the air of superiority. Neither of you to go to with the air of inferiority, but it's more of a camaraderie. So you should earn the respect of your medical fellow, because he starts noticing that you have made his job easier and that the output is getting better, because all of you have one common thing, and that's better patient experience. And that's for a better, healthier society. So once your contributions as managers comes in, enhancing patient experience, you automatically earn the respect of your fellow professional. And then they open up with you. And then you start understanding the troubles, the problems everyone goes through. So we have various verticals. You have HR, you have marketing, you have IT, you have finance, and everybody, and you have subspecializations which you will go through in the last 6 months, and you pick and choose your subspecialization, and then you get placed at the hospital. So in the next 1 year, you have to think wisely, because that is what you are more likely to follow for the rest of your life. And they are all integrated, and you should be well aware of every single functionality, how it functions. You cannot be isolated. You cannot be a master of one small area. You should know everything. Otherwise, you will not be able to contribute or carry people along. They say that each of the departments, you should be in such a way that you don't know where you start and where they end. It should be one seamless experience of managing, whether it's the medical profession or each of these verticals which I was talking about. But a good point to meet is midway. You don't know where you start, you don't know where you end, but you still need to meet midway. Understand and carry people along. That comes with time and effort, and you should openly be looking for these things when you go there. You should look at what is the other person facing, what is the nurse facing in the ICU floor, what is the kind of emergency challenges they are facing there. So because you can be sitting in your admin office, but you will never be able to figure out, it's like the soldier who is fighting with the gun in his hand. And you can be sitting in command center, but you can't be holding his gun for him and fire. So you should be able to understand, be on the ground, management by walking around, where you go down to the ground, you sit there, stand there and learn there. So a lot has to be done over the next 2 years, and then it's still a continuous process when you go in. And IT has come in, AI has come in, a whole lot of learning is there, and you have to go beyond what is there in the curriculum. You have great teachers here. They are out there to guide you. How much you are going to absorb, how much you're going to learn is left to you. You can go with a small bucket of water, a bucket to go to the ocean and just collect just that much, and that's all you will learn. Or you go there and learn the entire gamut with, you should enjoy the process. And then you will end up becoming star campaigners for your institution, and great examples. And there are such similar stories, very successful, wonderful stories of graduates who come out from here and done remarkable stuff in various areas, whether it's corporate or government. And in the last 2 decades, like Dr. Meena was saying, a fantastic amount of development has happened both in corporate hospitals as well as government hospitals. I've seen healthcare evolve phenomenally. And that's amazing story. And that's why we are having so many students coming in here, because there's so many jobs which are getting created. I expect that healthcare would be the single largest employer in India over the next decade or so. And we are not even 2 or 3% of our GDP compared to other developed countries where it's like 20-25% of their GDP. So you're in the cusp of change and you are going to really enjoy your life. And I congratulate all of you for having chosen this profession and the institution to have chosen you. It's not an easy thing to get into the finest institution in the country. And so I congratulate all of you and the parents for this decision. And as I wind up today's talk, I thank the governing members, Dr. Nambiar, who's coming here online, and Dr. Gupta and everyone. And thank you, ma'am. Good evening.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights with us. I would like to add that Dr. Vikram and his team has brought many firsts to the field of healthcare. To name a few, I would like to say the CU corridor, Happy to Help Hostesses, the cluster OPD concept, Share and Care program, to name a few. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your remarkable journey with us. Thank you, sir. Utkarsha, how about moving on to our next performance by Ms. Priyanka, a combination of grace and confidence at the same time.
Sure, Pallavi. Let's welcome Ms. Priyanka for the next dance performance and continue grooving to the beats of melodious music.
తనతో పమగరస తనతో సనిపా కిడ్డ తక్కజును తక్కదిమితాం కిడ్డ తక్కజును తిరగడతాం కిడ్డ తక్కజును జందరి కిడ్డ తక్కజును తిరగడతాం నిన్ను చూస్తూ ఉంటే కన్నులు రెండు తిప్పేస్తావే నీ చూపులపైనే రెప్పలు వేసి కప్పేస్తావే కనిపించని దేవుణ్ణే కన్నార్పక చూస్తావే కన్నుల ఎదుటే నేనుంటే కాదంటున్నావే చూపే బంగారం ఆయనే మాటే మాణిక్యమాయనే చూపే బంగారం ఆయనే నువ్వే నవరత్నమాయనే
What an energy. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Now I am delighted to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Venkatesh Srinivasan. He has served the United Nations Population Fund in India for 31 years, and he has vast experience in management of public health systems and having steered various critical interventions such as in clinical care, MIS, communication, and financing. He currently serves on the Empowered Committee of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, an honorary advisor for a large and reputed NGO. I would like to invite you, sir, on the dais to address the gathering.
Good afternoon. It's really a pleasure to be with young friends, students, faculty, and definitely the stalwarts in the hospital industry. Good things have been said about the hospital industry, how it is growing, and we are at a cusp, and what are the future prospects. Let me now share with the students, the parents, on what are the prospects of health management. So this program, as I understand, is postgraduate program in hospital and health management. Health management is an area which IIHMR pioneered, as Dr. Meena was talking of. There wasn't health management in this sector. So I am a management graduate from India, from Banaras, and then I did a MPH from University of North Carolina. At that time, there was no public health programs in India. So there are only two institutions which used to work in this sector. One is Administrative Staff College of India, Hyderabad, and the other is IIM Ahmedabad. So I started my career with Administrative Staff College in this sector. So what I'm coming to is, what is this sector? This sector is very, very important, as was said, for the hospital sector, as well as for the public health systems. So the public health systems is a very strong one in India. It's improving. People like Dr. Meena have contributed for its progress with a lot of innovations, experimentation, and so on. And that is where the prospects are for you. The prospects are in research. So how do you do research? How scientifically you are going to go about it? You're going to learn here biostatistics. How do you do sampling? How do you formulate a questionnaire? These are all very scientific things. These are all not something that you write a few questions and then go out, one step inside, one step outside research. No, this is a very scientific process. And I can assure you, faculty at IIHMR with whom I've been interacting for so many decades are very well trained themselves and are having huge amount of experience. IIHMR has been the first institution which started the NFHS. You will come to know of what NFHS is, or does anyone know what is NFHS? National Family Health Survey, from which the data is basically, received for research and analysis and so on. So IIHMR started the first round of NFHS, I think in the early 90s, 1991, I think. So from there on, there has been huge amount of learning that has gone into this institution through their faculty, and you are in the best hands. I can't see a better institution where you could get such good expertise all at one place. That's very important. As it was said, see, the subjects that you're going to study will be demography, will be biostatistics, will be epidemiology, will be hospital management, will be systems thinking and design, and so on and so forth. But what you actually get here is a wholesomeness of all this. How do you apply all this in the practical, sphere, wherever you're going to work? That's what you're going to get here in terms of case studies, in terms of simulations, in terms of, industry exposure, and so on. So I think the decision that you have taken, is the right thing. Just to say that everyone, I'm sure the parents and the students themselves should be thinking of placement. I ended at the topmost in the UN system. I didn't go to IIHMR, but I'm just coming to that. I worked for a few months and I left after 31 years, as it was said. Now, the office that I started in Jaipur is headed by a IIHMR PGDM. So that's the type of growth you can see. And mind you, the number of people who work in the UN system at NOC level, I was at the NOD level finally, which is the topmost level. At the NOC level, you will hardly find maybe 40, 50 people in the country. And we all get tax-free salaries. So you could be one of those 40 people. So sky is the limit, as Meena was saying, where he started, where he ended, and where he is going further is something, that, made me, think of this person. His name is Deepesh Gupta. I haven't interacted with him much, but from IIHMR, one of the PGDM, students, some maybe 10 years back or 15 years back. So that is the type of, growth that one could expect. And I also recognize in your midst, Mr. Reddy, who has also been very instrumental in the growth of IIHMR in its early years. So you also have a very good administration here. It's just not the faculty, because the administration is very important. The problems that you might face and so on. Who is the first person to go to? There are this. And then as the young ladies, performance that you saw, mix both, both pleasure and studies, all, study all throughout is not going to be the, best thing for a person to mature fully. So have a great, time learning, doing, interacting, as was said, because there are students from across the country, and you can't get a better environment here than, other places. There are a lot of institutes, but here it is professional education, exposure, the reputation. We wouldn't have recruited a person, to be the state program coordinator of UNFPA, but for the IIHMR tag behind them. So opportunities are a galore. It's up to you on how you capitalize on this. And all the best, and have a great 2-year, journey at IIHMR. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the achievements of IIHMRians. Thank you, sir.
Last but not the least, we have another performance by Ms. Shailaja from incoming batch, who will be joining us virtually to worship her Krishna.
जो है अलबेला मदनैनो वाला, जिसकी दीवानी ब्रिज की हर वाला, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, किसना है। जो है अलबेला मदनैनो वाला, जिसकी दीवानी ब्रिज की हर वाला, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, किसना है।
Radha on the dance floor, Radha likes to party, Radha likes to move that lacy Radha body. Radha on the dance floor, Radha likes to party, Radha likes to move that lacy Radha body. But take me out, he say, yeah.
That was a really beautiful performance. Please give a big round of applause for Ms. Shailaja.
Now I would like to request Professor and Director IIHMR Bangalore, Dr. Usha Manjunath, to give the token of respect to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Jeetulal Meena.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to request Associate Professor and Associate Dean Academics, Dr. Kirti Uday, to present the token of respect to our Honorable Guest of Honor, Dr. Vikram S. Bhaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Associate Professor, Associate Dean Training, Mr. Piyush Kumar, to present the token of respect to our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Venkatesh Srinivasan.
Moving ahead, I would like to invite Mr. Piyush Kumar, Associate Dean Training IIHMR Bangalore, for the vote of thanks. Mr. Piyush Kumar has over 17 years of experience. He has gained international experience through various assignments across Middle East, South Asia, and North Africa, making him well versed in regional and global healthcare. He has core expertise in strategic business consulting, hospital projects, operation management, and digital healthcare solutions. He has an experience of managing more than 250 plus research and consulting projects across Middle East, South Asia, and North Africa in project management and execution, design thinking, research and data analysis, team mentoring, and motivation. I request you, sir, to please join us on stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as we come to the end of this lively gathering, I would like to thank every one of you for making your time, sparing your valuable time, and making it here today for us. First, I would like to extend my thanks to the Almighty for keeping us safe and giving us privilege to gather once again in person after a long time. On behalf of the institution and the audience, I wholeheartedly thank our chief guest, Dr. J.L. Meena, Division Head and Joint Director, National Health Authority, Government of India. Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time and for sharing your inspiring journey at the right point when our students are about to start their new professional journey. Thank you, sir. It's a matter of pride to have blessings of our dearest Dr. Venkatesh Srinivasan, Adjunct Professor, IIHMR Jaipur. Sir, your words are always a kind of inspiration for us. Thank you, sir, for making it today. I must mention a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for our guest of honor, Dr. S.P. Vikram, founder, Vikram Hospital. Thank you, sir, for honoring this ceremony and for sharing your experience and inspiring our students for the new journey. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to take pleasure to thank our director, ma'am, Professor Dr. Usha Manjunath, Director, IIHMR Bangalore. Ma'am, it's all because of your blessings and your inspiration that we always keep on looking forward. And thank you for inspiring us, ma'am. Well, so ladies and gentlemen, the events like this are not planned in a day. It needs a meticulous planning. The clock starts ticking well ahead weeks ago, and it needs a dedicated team to plan this. So I must congratulate our academic team for planning, managing this great event. Also, our all esteemed faculty member for supporting this, and our administration team, and with the great support of our IT team. Thank you, everyone. We seek sincere blessings and wishes from our mentors, seniors, and well-wishers gathered here today with us. Now, before I bid adieu to this lively gathering, I would like to wish all the best for our dear students, all the best for your new journey. Fly high, keep inspiring, and keep a positive attitude and a negative RT-PCR so that for the next 2 years, you don't have to suffer even a break. And since you guys are now the harbinger of health and prosperity for society in India and beyond, so always put societal interest first before self. Thank you. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for motivating all of us. That was a very insightful and energetic event today, and I feel proud to welcome our incoming batch of 2022-24. This college life will give you much more than just a degree. So get ready for the adventure too, but study hard. Don't forget to make new friends. We are always there to guide you, and at times we will pester you also during your new journey.
No matter how much you despise college in the beginning, you will miss it when you leave it. So make sure to create memories while having fun. This journey will teach you a lot of valuable lessons in life. So open your mind and be ready to receive the knowledge. Welcome to college.
Beautiful, energetic, and an experience and knowledge sharing afternoon indeed. Before we move forward to the delicious high tea, let's end this day with national anthem. I would request everyone to stand up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, parents. Thank you, dignitaries. Please join us for high tea.